In property, plant, equipment, we have two sums left. We'll discuss that, and then we'll go to intangible assets. Okay. So in property, plant, equipment, we were discussing about fixed assets, which were tangible assets like land, building, equipment, plant, machinery. So in this illustration 13, basically this sum is based on the concept key, what exactly should be capitalized in the books as a cost of that asset, or you can say what should be capitalized as property, plant, equipment. So here they are, I think, constructing some building, and they have given a lot of costs involved in that, along with loan is also there. So they have asked you ki what elements of cost from this should be capitalized as PPE. So let's see. They have said on 1st April 2001, okay, Sun Limited purchased some land for 10 million, including legal costs of 1 million. So 10 million, that is 1 crore. So land obviously will be required for constructing a building or any factory. So that is, they have purchased that. So that is also obviously plant a PP, that will be part of PP. In order to construct a new factory, construction work commenced on 1st May. So 1st April, they bought a land. Next month, they started the work of the factory. Sun Limited incurred the following costs in relation with its construction. The following costs were incurred. Preparation and leveling of the land. That is the basic requirement for constructing any building. You have to, level the land. They start digging first, and then they level, and then they start constructing. So 3 lakh, that has to be capitalized definitely. So firstly, 1 crore, 10 million into 1 million is 10 lakhs. So 10 million will be 10 into 10 lakhs, that is 100 lakhs. So 1 crore plus 3 lakhs we'll have to take. Purchase of material for construction, 6.08 million. This also we will have to take. So kind of 60.8 lakhs. Employment cost for the construction workers, 2 lakhs per month. Now we have to understand how many months it required for the construction. Accordingly, we multiply 2 lakhs into that. Overhead cost incurred directly on the construction of factory. Overhead costs which are directly related, directly attributable, we will take. So again, 1 lakh into number of months required. But ongoing overhead cost allocated to construction project using company's normal overhead allocation model, 50,000 per month. This we will not take, because these are not directly related to the construction cost. Here they have clearly said they are directly related. These are just allocated. Overheads are just allocated to the construction on some basis that the company uses. So we will not take this because these are not directly related to the construction. So first 4 things we will take. The 5th thing we will not take. Then income received during the temporary use of the factory premises as a car park during the construction period. Now this is one of the things that many construction sites do. Till their work starts, they use that land as a parking lot. They allow parking there and they charge, so that at least they'll earn some income. But again, that is not to be reduced from the cost of construction. Okay, that is not something that relates to construction work actually. So even if they're using it as a car park till the work starts maybe, so we'll not include that because there is no relation to the construction actually. Then cost of relocating employees to work at the new factory. So till the time the new factory is ready, maybe they had some other factory and now they have to relocate the employees. They have to transfer the employees from one place to another. Maybe they are building some housing for them, making some arrangements for their stay so that they can work in the new factory. That is, the new factory is constructed, 3 lakhs. Again, that is not taken. Okay, you cannot say that is something that should be capitalized. Cost of opening ceremony. You must have kept an opening ceremony or something like that once the factory was ready. Again, that is not taken. Okay, so The important thing is the factory was completed on 30th November. So clearly the work started on 1st May and it ended on 30th November. So how many months it was going on? From 1st May, if you see May, June, July, August, September, October, November, 7 months the work was going on. So basically the employee cost per month will be 2 lakhs into 7. Same way overhead cost will be 1 lakh into 7. Wherever there was monthly into 7. Also, if there is a loan and we assume that it is a qualifying asset, we will have to uh, capitalize the interest for 7 months. The factory was completed on 30th November, which is considered as a substantial period of time as per Ind AS 23. So they have said that, they have clearly hinted that it's a substantial period of time. That means you can capitalize the interest. And production began on 1st Feb. From 1st Feb, the production began. So that is when the factory actually started. But it was ready on 30th November. So you can assume that you can start depreciating that from December onwards. No need to start from February. You can start depreciating from December, Jan, Feb, March. So 4 months in a year you can depreciate for this year. The overall useful life of the factory building was estimated at 40 years from the date of completion. That is for depreciation. So 40 years is the life. However, it is estimated that the roof will need to be replaced 20 years after the date of completion, and that cost of replacing the roof at current prices would be 30% of the total cost of the building. This is the component part, that there is a component in the factory, the roof, which has a life of 20 years, which is, if you take current prices, current price, that will be 30% of the cost of the building. That means whatever cost of the construction is there, 30% is the roof. Okay. After 20 years, we have to replace it. So that will be a cost involved in that. 30%. So we'll depreciate the roof for 20 years only. So we'll start from the beginning only. We'll depreciate the roof separately and the remaining part of the factory separately, because the life is different. So we'll treat it as a component of the factory. At the end of the 40th year, Sun Limited has a legally enforceable obligation to demolish the factory and restore the site to its original condition. After 40 years, they will have to restore the factory, restore the land to its original condition. The director estimate that the cost of demolition in 40 years time, based on prices prevailing at that time, after 40 years, you will come to 220 million, 200 lakhs, that is 2 crores. That is the cost that they will incur after 40 years. An annual risk adjusted discount rate, which is appropriate to this project, is 8%. The present value of rupees 1 payable in 40 years time at an annual discount rate of 8% is 0.046. So you can take the present value of this obligation and add it to the cost, because anyways you are going to incur that after 40 years. So what we do, we add up the present value of this in the cost. That is why they have given the factor. Now the loan part. The construction of the factory was partly financed by a loan of 17.5 million taken out on 1st April 2001. And they have said it's a substantial period that has taken. So 1st April they have taken the loan, but you will start capitalizing the interest from 1st May when the construction began. Okay, from 1st May you will start. Okay, land will not be part of the qualifying asset. Okay, matlab, you will not consider the date of the land was purchased. You will consider from 1st May. The total cost you will take, but from 1st May. Similarly, depreciation will not be on the land. Okay. But for calculating interest, we'll consider the land value also, but we'll start from 1st May. That is when the construction actually started. So 1st May to 30th November, 7 months interest will have to capitalize as borrowing cost. So the interest, they are saying 17.5 million loan was taken on 1st April. Interest rate was 6. So 17.5 million into 6% into 7 by 12. Sun Limited received investments income of 1 lakh on the temporary investment of the proceeds. You know this as well, that whenever we take a loan or something and we don't immediately invest it, sorry, we don't immediately use it, we invest it for some time. Whatever interest or income that investment generates, we subtract from the cost. That reduces our cost. Required, compute the carrying cost of the factory in the balance sheet of Sun Limited at 31st March 2002. You should explain your treatment of all the amounts referred to in this part in your answer. Okay. So first just go through the sum, then we'll see the solution. Step by step we'll go. Just check out the sum. Just read the sum thoroughly. It's a very big sum, that is why. Okay. ओके ओके सो तुम्ही सगळे डिटेल्स बघितलेत. आता लेट सी द आन्सर कसं त्याने केलंय. Compute the carrying amount of the factory in the balance sheet of Sun Limited as at 31st March 2002 and explain each item. So this is the computation. पहिलं तर डिस्क्रिप्शन दिलंय. What should be included in thousands मध्ये दिलंय. तुम्ही पूर्ण अमाऊंटही लिहू शकता, असं काही नाही. एक्सप्लेनेशन. पहिलं purchase of land, that is 1 crore. That comes to 10,000. Okay, 1 crore म्हणजेच 10,000. Both the purchase of land and associated legal costs, त्याच्यामध्ये 1 लाखाची legal cost पण are direct cost for constructing the factory. Land तर पाहिजे. Preparation and leveling 300,000, that is 3 lakhs, a direct cost of constructing the factory. Materials आपण बघितलं, a direct cost of constructing the factory. Material किती होतं? डायरेक्ट दिले त्याने 6.08 million. So 60 lakhs 80,000. So इथे ते येतं 6080,000. त्याच्यानंतर एम्प्लॉयमेंट कॉस्ट लेबर 2 lakhs into 7 1400,000 डायरेक्ट कॉस्ट. डायरेक्ट ओव्हरहेड पण आपण घेतो 1 lakh into 7 700,000. अलोकेटेड ओव्हरहेड आपण घेत नाही, नॉट डायरेक्ट कॉस्ट. इन्कम फ्रॉम यूज ऑफ कार पार्क ही मायनस वगैरे करत नाही आपण. रिलोकेशन कॉस्ट ऑफ एम्प्लॉईज ही घेत नाही. ओपनिंग सेरेमनी ही घेत नाही. फायनान्स कॉस्ट इंटरेस्ट कॅल्क्युलेट करून बघा 17.5 million किंवा पूर्णच अमाऊंट घ्या. 17.5 into 10 lakhs जी काय अमाऊंट आहे ती घ्या इंटू 6% इंटू 7/12 बघा किती येत आहे. हेच येत आहे का बघा. 17.5 हे बघा 17.5 इंटू 10 lakhs करा पाहिजे तर 175 lakhs येईल. 1 crore 75 lakhs. त्याचा 6% घ्या इंटू 7/12. What is the answer? $612,500. Very good. So thousands मध्ये जर बघितलं तर 612.5 येईल. त्याच्यानंतर इन्व्हेस्टमेंट इन्कम ऑन टेम्पररी इन्व्हेस्टमेंट आपण ते मायनस करतो, इट्स इन्कम. आणि डेमोलिशन कॉस्ट कशी काढायची. पहिलं तर त्याने दिलंय की 20 वर्षानंतर 40 वर्षानंतर 20 मिलियनची कॉस्ट येणार आहे. सो बेसिकली 20 मिलियन म्हणजे 2 करोड. सो 2 करोड घ्या इंटू दिस पीव्ही फॅक्टर. आफ्टर 40 इयर्सचा पीव्ही फॅक्टर घ्यायला लागेल डेमोलिशन कॉस्ट साठी. सो 2 crore इंटू 0.046 बघा किती येते. So present value of the cost of demolition also will recognize as a cost. How much is it? So 92 920 920,000 920,000 920. So if you add everything, it comes to 19,912.50 in thousands. But for depreciation purposes, we'll not take this part. Land we don't depreciate. Okay. So will for depreciation we'll only take 9912.50. Okay. Now total depreciable amount will be 9912.50. Now how will you depreciate? We'll have to split between 30% the roof cost and 70% that the other factory cost. So 9912.50 into 30%, that is the roof cost, will be depreciated for 20 years divided by 20. But this year we have only 4 months because the factory was completed on 30th November. So the remaining months will be December, Jan, Feb, March. So only 4 months will depreciate this year. Similarly, the remaining part, 70%, that is the other part of the factory, apart from roof, 9912.5 into 70% divided by 40 into 4 by 12. So total depreciation comes to 49.56 and 57.82, which adds up to 107.38. So the carrying cost will be this minus the depreciation. So 19,912.5 minus 107.38, that will be 19,805.12. See whether you're understanding. Yes, understood. Okay. So it's a big sum, but it's a easy sum. So असा जर सम एक्झाम मध्ये आला तर इट कॅन फेच यू 8 marks. मोठे सम असेल तर 8 मार्क, छोटे सम असेल तर 4-5 मार्क मिळू शकतात. ओके, सो दिस वॉज द लास्ट सम ऑफ दिस चॅप्टर. एक एक्झाम्पल मला फक्त वाचायचंय, बाकी हा चॅप्टर संपतो. देन वी कॅन गो टू इंटँजिबल्स. आय होप देर इज नो डाउट इन दिस चॅप्टर. ओके, हे एक एक्झाम्पल आहे. आपण ते ओव्हरहॉलिंग कॉस्ट वगैरे एका ह्याच्यात बघितलेलं. ते प्रॉपर्टी प्लांट इक्विपमेंट मध्ये त्याचा ऍक्च्युअली रेलेव्हन्स आहे. सो लेट सी काय म्हटलंय. एक्झाम्पल आहे इन्स्पेक्शन कॉस्ट. A shipping company is required by law to bring all ships into dry dock every 5 years for a major inspection and overhaul. So basically त्यांना डॉक करायला लागतं शिप आफ्टर एव्हरी 5 years. And the ship has to undergo a major inspection and overhaul. So basically ती शिप लिटरली पाण्यातून बाहेर काढायला लागते, शिप यार्ड मध्ये न्यायला लागते, आणि तिकडे त्याच्यावर मेजर इन्स्पेक्शन आणि ओव्हरहॉल. Overhaul can be a major component is replaced. Inspection and maintenance, repairs, maintenance type part देतो, but it is like that component or a part is replaced from the ship. Overall expenditure might at first sight seem to be a repair to the ship, but it is actually a cost incurred in getting the ship back into seaworthy condition. Actually त्याने म्हटलं की रिपेअर, it looks like repair, but that is very important to make it seaworthy. म्हणजे शिपला चालू ठेवण्यासाठी और शिपला सेल करण्यासाठी ते फार गरजेचं आहे. एव्हरी 5 years यू नीड टू डू दॅट. द शिप माइट सिंक. As such, the cost must be capitalized. So these are a very important cost because ते जर नाही केलं तर शिपची व्हॅल्यू वाढणार नाही. शिप विल नॉट बी युजेबल. So it has to be capitalized. It is not just basic repairs. It increases the value of the ship. It increases the life of the ship. A ship which costs 20 million with a 20-year life must have major overhaul every 5 years. So every 5 years they need to have a major repair. त्याच्यामध्ये पार्ट चेंज होऊ शकतो. The estimated cost of overhaul at 5-year point is 5 million. So त्याने म्हटलंय की 5 million ची कॉस्ट येते every 5 years. सो आता काय करायचं, स्टार्टिंग पासूनच आपल्याला एक कळलं की ह्या ओव्हरऑल ची कॉस्ट 5 million आहे. सो लाईक इट्स अ कंपोनंट, त्याला 5 million ची कॉस्ट आहे. सो इट्स लाईक अ कंपोनंट दॅट 5 years नंतर आपल्याला रिप्लेस करायला लागतं असं बघणं. सो आतापासूनच डेप्रिशिएट सेपरेटली, जसं आपण ते रूफचं केलं की ओव्हरऑल कंपोनंटला तुम्ही आधीच बाजूला काढा 5, आणि बाकी जी शिप आहे अदर दॅन ओव्हरऑल कंपोनंट 15 असं रेकॉर्ड करा. ओव्हरऑल कंपोनंट जो आहे तो तुम्ही डेप्रिशिएट करा ओव्हर 5 years. सो इट विल बी 1 डेप्रिसिएशन पर इयर, 1 million. आणि बाकी जी शिप आहे ती 20 years साठी तुम्ही घेऊन जा, डेप्रिशिएट करा. सो इट विल बी 0.75 million पर इयर. सो दॅट इज हाऊ विल डू इट. दॅट्स इट. सो पुढची 5 वर्ष दिस विल ऍड अप टू 5 lakhs ऑफ डेप्रिसिएशन. म्हणजे हे पूर्णपणे डेप्रिशिएट होईल, झिरो होईल याची व्हॅल्यू. आणि 0.75 into 5, सो 3.75 काहीतरी येतं. So total accumulated depreciation for the first 5 years will be 8.75. So 1 into 5 and 0.75 into 5. So that will be 5 plus 3.75. Total depreciation will be 8.75. And carrying amount of the ship at the end of the 5th year, हे तर component ची व्हॅल्यू 0 होऊन जाईल, कारण 5 years we are depreciating. पण हे 15 ची व्हॅल्यू 3.75 ने कमी होईल, because 0.75 into 5 is 3.75. So it will come to 11.25. मग कंटिन्यू सेम हे 20 वर्षापर्यंत आपल्याला कंटिन्यू करायचं शिप आहे असेपर्यंत. त्याच्यानंतर नेक्स्ट ओव्हरहॉल म्हणजे आफ्टर 5 इयर जेव्हा आपण ओव्हरऑल कॉस्ट इन्कर करू, इट इज इन्कर्ड ऍट द एंड ऑफ द 5th इयर आर 6 मिलियन. सो 5 वर्षाने 6 मिलियनचा खर्च परत येणार आहे टू रिप्लेस द पार्ट ऑफ द कंपोनंट 6 मिलियन. सो मग 6 मिलियन आणि ते 5 वर्ष चालणार. सो 6/5 1.2 आणि हे 11.25 विल बी कंटिन्यू टू बी डेप्रिशिएटेड फॉर द रिमेनिंग 15 इयर्स परत 0.75. सो असं करत करत परत अॅन्युअल डेप्रिसिएशन विल बी 1.2 आणि 0.75. सो 1.95 चा अॅन्युअल डेप्रिसिएशन असेल द इयर 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 मध्ये. अगेन दिस विल कंटिन्यू टिल द एंड ऑफ द 10th इयर. मग 10th इयर नंतर परत ओव्हरऑलिंग कंपोनंट काय ते बघणार आपण. मग तो परत 5 वर्ष डेप्रिशिएट करू आणि ह्याची व्हॅल्यू जी काय असेल 5 वर्षांनी ती परत पुढे आपण पुढची 10 वर्ष डेप्रिशिएट करू तसं. So by the end, this process will continued for years 11 to 15 and 16 to 20 also. By the year end 20, the capital cost of 20 million will be depreciated plus the actual overhead cost, overall cost incurred at 5 years, 10 and 15. So स्टार्टिंग पासूनच आपण तो कंपोनंट सेपरेट दाखवला कारण त्याचं लाईफ वेगळं आहे. सो आपण स्टार्टिंगलाच तो 5 मिलियन पकडला कारण त्याने सांगितलेलं की एस्टिमेटेड कॉस्ट ऍट द एंड ऑफ द 5th इयर इज 5. सो आतापासूनच आपण त्याला वेगळं केलं कारण त्याची लाईफ वेगळी आहे. ते डेप्रिशिएट केलं. 5 वर्षाने परत वी नीड टू ओव्हरहॉल. सो 6 मिलियन परत 5 वर्ष, परत 5 वर्षाने जे काही कॉस्ट येईल ती परत 5 वर्ष डेप्रिशिएट आणि शिप चालूच आहे 15 वर्ष. 15 जी काय व्हॅल्यू आहे ती डेप्रिशिएट होत चाललीच आहे. दॅट इज इट. You can just see. Okay. Okay, understood this. सगळं कळलंय, अख्खा चॅप्टर कळलाय, इझी. आता इंडियस मध्ये काही काही चॅप्टर एकदम असं वाटतात डिफिकल्ट आहे, पण तरी आय डोंट थिंक कुठे असं तुम्हाला एकदम असं वाटायचं की एकदम काही कळतच नाहीये. सगळं कळलं असेल, फक्त इट इज अ मॅटर ऑफ रिवायझिंग इट अगेन, गोइंग थ्रू इट अगेन. कारण ऑब्व्हियसली नवीन आहे सगळं, तर पहिल्यांदा वाचलं की थोडंसं वाटेल अरे खूप हे आहे. पण एकदा दोनदा वाचलंही कळतं. इट इज इझी. सो इट इज रिव्हिजन. ठीक आहे. सो विल स्विच टू इंटँजिबल्स.